Hey, this is Shigeki back with another Japanese snack review. I really want to focus on local authentic Japanese snacks. Japanese snacks, you might be familiar with the Pockies and the shrimp crackers, but there's really more to Japanese snacks than some of the stuff that's available outside of Japan. Each region of Japan has its own local delicacy. Each little city or rural town that you go to, there's usually a couple Japanese snack stores that's been passed down through the generations. Some have been in operations for a couple decades, some more than 100 years. So I really want to focus on those. And again, like each region has its own unique specialty, but also the snacks really change depending on the seasonality. So if you go to Japan during April, you might get a lot more sakura cherry blossom flavored snacks, where if you go to Japan in autumn, you might get more like maple syrup or cedar or sort of fall pumpkin flavored snacks. So I really want to showcase a lot more that Japan has to offer in terms of local authentic snacks. So I don't know if you're familiar, but there's really two types of Japanese snacks. There's what's called wagashi and what's called dagashi. And so we'll start with dagashi. Dagashi is some of the more popular snacks that you are more familiar with. Those are like the shrimp crackers or the Pockies or the pretz. Those are like the really popular Japanese snacks that are usually available in Asian grocery stores or Japanese grocery stores outside of Japan. And then there's wagashi. These are a little bit more higher end traditional Japanese snacks, and these are much harder to find outside of Japan. Wa usually means like Japanese, like authentic Japanese, and then gashi means okashi or snacks. So Japanese snacks, it's wagashi. So those are really the two types of snacks, and I really want to showcase a lot more of the wagashi, which are really good. They're hard to get outside of Japan, so I really want to showcase those because that's where you find a lot of the uniqueness. It's made by a snack store that's been in operations for a long time, and they've been honing their craft through decades and decades. So I'm going to be doing another snack review of Minamoto Kitchoan. I did another review of a seasonal snack. You can find the link in the description, and I'll put it here somewhere. But I'll be doing another review right now of another seasonal snack. But before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit more about the snack store because I think I left it out the last time. They first started operations in 1946. They opened up their first store in Ginza, Tokyo, which is an upscale part of Tokyo. And they've been making wagashi, or these traditional Japanese snacks, for a really long time. They're well known throughout Japan. They're really one of the high-end, popular Japanese snacks makers out there. But they do have stores all over the world as well. I believe they have it in Singapore, Tokyo, California, London, other parts of Europe. So if you're in some of those cities, check out their website to see where the stores are, and definitely check it out. They make amazing gifts. I've given it to coworkers when I was in New York. It's really great. They all enjoy it. And it's usually comes packaged really nicely, so it makes a perfect gift. Minamoto Kitchoan, I guess Minamoto is a name. It's a name of a person. And then Kitchoan is really two words. Kicho means it's like joy or pleasure, like having an essential feeling of joy or pleasure. And then an is a place. So Minamoto Kitchoan is really, Minamoto is just the name of a person. Kitchoan is like a good place or a joyful place. So that's really what the name stands for. I know it's a little bit hard to say, but if you go to their snack stores, it's really great. They also have a cafe and a museum at their flagship store in Ginza, Tokyo. So the cafe, they obviously serve their high-end Japanese snacks, but you could also get coffee, some traditional matcha tea. It's a really great place to relax, and definitely check it out. You could go to their website. They also have a Japanese and also an English website, so you could check it out. And next time you are in Japan, definitely pay them a visit. It's in a great place of Tokyo. So the snack I want to review today is a seasonal snack. It's only available in September or October, so it's this one here. It's a strawberry mochi. So the packaging is it's decent. It comes in a variety of sizes. I got one that has 6 chocolate mochi in it, but you could get some that have 12, 16, 18. And the chocolate mochi is seasonal, but they do have more year-round mochi as well. So there's the matcha mochi, which is available year-round. There's also the strawberry mochi, which is available year-round. The chocolate mochi is available September and October. I think they also have a peach mochi, which is available in September and August as well. And so they have a lot of these seasonal snacks that rotate, and they have different types of mochi flavors that are rotating pretty much every month. But the chocolate mochi is the one I'm gonna check out today. So in terms of packaging, it comes in this cardboard box. So this one has 6 in it. And so it has, high quality chocolate powder. I think it's chocolate from Hokkaido. So chocolate powder sprinkled on top of a mochi. And then inside of the mochi is also a chocolate fudge. So it's really good. It's pretty, it's pretty luxurious. So the chocolate, again, is made from Japanese chocolate makers in northern Japan and Hokkaido. So they provide all the chocolate, both the chocolate powder on the outside and the chocolate fudge on the inside. And then the mochi is made from their local rice farms in Japan. So again, Minamoto Kitchoan operates a couple farms, and they do have a rice farm where they gather the rice and then they make the mochi from it. So in terms of texture, most Japanese snacks, they are pretty perishable. You have to eat it within a week or 2 of getting it. You can store these in the fridge so it lasts a little bit longer, but mochi tends to harden when you put it in the fridge. So if you do put it in the fridge to make it last longer, I recommend taking it out of the fridge and letting it come up to room temperature before you can eat it, so you do get back that springy texture of mochi. So if you took it out of the fridge and it's still a little bit too hard, you can put it in the microwave for about 5 seconds, and that's gonna make the mochi softer, and also the fudge on the inside is gonna melt a little bit, so it's like lava cake. Really don't put it in there for more than 10-15 seconds. You can try it out to see what consistency you like the best, but I think around 5 to 8 seconds is the best. So in terms of taste, this is pretty good. I think the chocolate is around 75 to 80% dark chocolate. So it's not 100% dark chocolate, so it's not overly bitter. And it's not milk chocolate, so it's not too creamy and too sweet. So I think it's the perfect balance. And whether you're a fan of dark chocolate or milk chocolate, I think you'll enjoy this. So are these worth it? I think it really depends on what you're getting it for. Is it for yourself to treat yourself? Or is it for coworkers, family members, and friends to give as gifts? These are usually available in packs 6, 8, 12, and 20. In terms of pricing, the 8-pack is about $18, the 12-pack is $24, and the 20-pack is $36. So it's about $2 per mochi. It's not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive as well. I think it's on the same price as if you got like a higher end fudge from a local chocolate store, but it does have a uniqueness factor to it. The mochi consistency with the high quality chocolate and the locally made produce and ingredients from Japan, I think that's really unique. And when I gave this to coworkers when I was back in New York, or gave it to friends, they really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these Japanese snack reviews, and also showcase parts of Japan that you might not be familiar with, more of the local off the beaten path places. So the next time when you do come to Japan after COVID, you'll be able to experience a lot more that Japan has to offer. I'm not sponsored by any of these places. I'm not sponsored by the Japanese snack makers. I just like trying Japanese snacks, so might as well share it with you. And I also like going off the beaten path and exploring the hidden parts of Japan. If you're in Tokyo, go to the hidden alleys. If you want to travel outside of Tokyo, take a day trip outside of Tokyo. A lot of Japan and the magic that it has to offer is really outside of the major touristy areas. So that's really what I want to showcase, is really the more local, authentic side of Japan. So until the next one, appreciate it. Thanks.